Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today on our roller session. A lot of my clients are familiar, we use the roller a lot in classes and in many different ways. The roller is so versatile. You can use it for things like balance, abdominal work, spine stretching, most particularly myofascial release and helping to break down any soft tissue adhesions, so you know, the knots that we get. It's also there to help increase your flexibility, your blood flow, the circulation, and it pretty much you can target any muscle group with a roller, but it's also a great piece of equipment that's going to last you years. It's pretty good at retaining its shape. Even the ones in the studio I've had for a few years now, and I'm probably just only up to now thinking about getting some new ones in now. So it's used by elite athletes, medical professionals. It's a pretty good piece of equipment. So I'm going to show you a little bit of just a 20-minute session using the roller in different ways. There will be another series to follow this where we'll look at some other aspects of the roller. If you do have handy today, just a set of light weights. So here I have just a ½ kilo weights. So with today you could use ½ kilo or a kilo weights. That's okay. Also the other thing too, if you are new to the roller, a good starting point is this little half roller here. And it's great for balancing the half roller to get you started, and then you might progress to the larger roller, which is what we're going to use now. So I'm going to grab my roller here. Okay, so what I'm going to start with is from the bottom up. We're going to start focusing on the shin area. I know a lot of you guys walk, you run, you cycle, all those sorts of things. Our legs do get a lot of use. So to start off with, what you do is you're going to actually pop your knees onto the top of the roller. Okay, we're going to reach our hands forward and lift our feet off. And you can see, I'm just going to roll back and forth. Okay, so just in front of the shin bone there. But I'm going to rotate my hips and find some angles. So if you didn't quite see that on the screen, my hips went more that way behind, and then if I twist and take it the other way, you can see I've dropped my hips towards you guys. Okay, so just find angles. Now I know up here I can get some tight spots, so I've lifted and put a bit more body weight into this area. Okay, and you can simply hold, like I've just found a spot there that's really sore, so just breathe out through some of that tension. I'm going to play with the angle and maybe massage a little bit more in that spot. Another area is down near the ankles here, so just come down a little bit lower, just above the ankle joint there where all your attachment points are. So you can do that, and again play with angles. Not a lot wrong that you could do with the roller with the angles. You probably, advice would be like if you are over some of your bony attachment joints, whether it be in your hip or your shoulders, that you might not linger as long on there as well. Okay, so then the other thing that you can do with your roller is incorporate your calf stretch. So you can pop a foot against the roller, and straight away I've got a lovely calf stretch there. Okay, so you can hold that for a little bit. It's quite an intense calf stretch, and if you do suffer plantar fasciitis, you might find your foot might cramp. If you do find that, just pop the foot on top of the roller and massage into the plantar muscle underneath. Put some body weight into it, so you could do that as well. And I'm going to swap sides now here, doing the other calf. That feels good. Now if your roller is slipping, just find a surface like a wall that you can hold on to. Or should I say, sorry, put the roller against. So there's a wall here. If I put it up against this wall here and hold the calf stretch as well. Okay, that's going to be a more stable system that you can work with. And again, just massaging under the foot, back and forth. It's kind of like a soft spiky ball. So if you don't like the spiky ball, this is a really nice one to kind of massage underneath. Okay, all right, so we've gotten into our shins, our calves, the foot. Now we're going to get into the thighs. Okay, so we're all pretty familiar with this next one. So we're going to get onto our forearms and find sort of the middle of the belly of the thigh, and you're just going to rock forward and back. Okay, so readjust that. Looks like I'm coming off the screen there. Okay, forward and back. Okay, and just like we did with our shins, we're going to rotate and twist through the hip. So I'm going to rotate a little more towards you. You can see my hips tilted, and I've found some spots there on the outer thigh, the quad muscles. And then I'm going to switch sides, and you'll see that that knee's bent to accommodate that twist in the hips. And there I've just found a spot just above the knees, which 9 times out of 10, most of my clients have this same spot that they focus in as well. So I'm going to go back, do a little bit more on the other side, twist, finding those angles. And again, you can just stop and you can breathe out and press through any tension, or you can keep it moving. Okay, and I'm going to twist and rotate again. And your hands, like, just feel free to shift them where you feel comfortable. Okay, very nice. All right, good. So you can do the back of the thighs with the roller. For people who are particularly tight, this is like quite a nice, easy way to do it. You'll just prop yourself up, and again, forward and back. Okay, it's a very gentle, should I say, soft way to get in. Again, play with some angles. You'll notice my hips are twisted as I find different places. Okay, underneath the knee is kind of nice for a lot of people here, just there. Okay, beautiful. All right, so now comes the fun bit. Now, a lot of my clients here have alternate between 2 rollers here. So you might see in the background that pink roller, so that's a soft roller. And a lot use it for this next one I'm going to demonstrate. But if you feel like you can do it, give the blue roller a go. It's a lot stronger, a lot firmer. So the way you can do this is get your hip onto the side of the roller. Okay, support yourself with the arm. And what I'm going to do is take this other arm to come up the mat a little, and I'm going to lift this bottom foot off. And as I go back and forth, it's just going to float and follow the flow. So this is a great myofascial release. For people who run or walk a lot of benefits in this. If you stand for work, you get some great benefits releasing the sides here. And again, I'm twisting, finding different angles. Now you want to intensify the pressure, just both legs, back and forth. Feels really, really good. Okay, I'm going to swap sides. All right. So now you can actually come onto your elbows. Probably should have said that before, if you're not too comfortable on your wrists. All right. So just going to readjust that roller, find those spots, play with the angles. And I'm going to put a little more pressure on. Okay, might just come up a little bit there, get some more weight into it. But you may find that also there's just like that one side that will be a little bit tighter, a little bit harder. Okay, all right, nice work. Okay, so thighs, we're done down here. We've done the back of the legs. Now it's time to get into your glutes. So this isn't necessarily for everyone if you have weak wrists, all right? So what I might do is I'll demonstrate the first one, which is the easier of the two, and then we'll go into your glutes. upright. So if you lie down, just lift your hips to place that roller underneath. Okay, have your hands grab either side of the roller and bring your legs up into a bent position. And you can see I've kind of shifted my weight. I'm finding the spot where I feel like I'm supported, I'm comfortable. All right, from here, bring your knees together and your feet together. And I'm just going to take it all the way to the side here. Massaging from the glutes into the side of the hips and then the other side. And I'd say 80% of my clients do feel like they need this, but not everyone does. Okay? So just alternate. Now if you find that one side that's particularly tight or if you feel it needs more, just linger on there longer. Put the pressure on. Maybe just massage a little bit. Okay? You can kind of do that back and forth. Okay? Alright. But if you can put your body weight into your wrists and arms, the next one we're going to do is we're going to sit on top of the roller and we're going to cross one leg over the other knee. Alright, now my left leg is over my right knee. I'm going to actually rotate to my left here, and as I do that I'm now going to start to go forward and back and just find different places in the glutes to target, and don't be afraid to take it right up into the back of your hips there, into the sides more. Again, no right or wrong, find the things that work for you. Okay, and again just hold in the spot, breathe it out, a bit like trigger point therapy, just trying to relax, release, let go with the breath. Okay, and then I'm going to now swap my other leg over the top. My right leg's over the top, so I'm rotating the hips to the right, and I'm going to play on this side as well. Okay. And for me, this is the side that needs it most. I really feel the difference. And there's the spot. Taking it into the back of my hips. Excellent. Okay, now we will go back to our side one. And we're going to target more through the space between your ribs and the hips. So we're coming back onto your elbow, having that bottom leg straight, top leg bent. You're going to just allow the roller to come up a little higher onto the hip bone, so the side of the hip there, just into that little gap. Okay, it's so hard to see when I've got this top on, but that's kind of the area you want to focus on. All right, and then swap sides. Good. All right, onto the elbow, bottom leg straight. Okay, again, right up into that hip and the side, right where my mic is. I'm getting stabbed here. Okay, it's really nice though. Good. Okay, lovely. So the next thing we're going to do is go into the back of your shoulders, and you're going to sit in front of the roller here. And for us ladies, you want to place the roller roughly around bra height, but if you are quite hunched over as a person in your normal posture, you might want to take the roller up closer up to your shoulders. So to begin with, watch the long hair on this one. All right, place the, let's place the roller up near the top of the shoulders, okay? And start from here. I want you to support the base of your neck and just lie over. Okay, so if you've got tight tummy muscles, you might get a little stretch through the tummy. But predominantly, it's actually targeting your upper back and shoulder muscles and the spine, opening up the spine. And as you breathe out and ease into it, you may wriggle down and work yourself into a little bit more of what we call back extension. Nice arching of the back there. Breathe it out. This feels good. And then we're going to progress where we lift our hips up off the floor and we massage, okay? Go right up to the top of your shoulders, into the middle of the rib cage. There's a couple cracks, okay? And you can do this with your elbows wide, but also do it with them tucked in, okay? That will get a lot more. Woo, there's the top, gets caught into the middle and the upper back. Give me a little more, okay? Back and forth, elbows close or elbows wide. That's fine. You can do that one too. Okay, all right, so if we want to target the lat muscles, it's a very similar move, but this one can be quite painful for a lot of people. So what I tend to do is I'll alternate between the two. So I'll have my hands behind my head. We're going to lift our hips up, okay? And again, I'm at about bra line level here for the girls, all right? And I'm going to twist. And from here, I'm just going to massage into the sides. There's a bony area, your ribs are there, okay? They're quite intense. So I tend not to linger too long before I then have to turn and twist to do the other side. Oh, that hurts, okay? And then alternate again. Give me one more on each side. And twist. Okay, again, you can just find those pressure spots that you'll get into. That is really, really tough and gets right into those upper back muscles. Okay, so now we're going to incorporate some chest stretching. We've done our lats, we've done the back of our shoulders. So actually before we do, we'll get into our forearms, okay? So another area that might get neglected. You can actually massage that into the roller. And the way you're going to do it is to place the back of your forearm onto the roller. Use the other hand to just lightly support your body weight as you go forward and back. Okay, so that's a nice way to ease into it. Or if you want to add more body weight, I put my body weight over the arm, over the roller, and that's going to intensify the amount of pressure, should I say. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of twist and rotate through some angles there. Okay, and I'm going to swap sides. So again, nice and easy, just with the hand. Okay, that's gentle pressure. More pressure, putting the other arm on top. Or bringing your body weight forward of the roller. Okay, that's kind of nice too. It's a great way to reduce your tennis elbow as well. Okay, good. So we're going to finish off this session with a chest stretch. And the way you get onto this roller is quite unique, but it can be different for everyone, okay? All I would suggest, have it close by the floor, okay? Now the way I get most clients to sit on the roller is I'll hold the roller as they pop their bottom down to sit, and then use your arms to guide yourself as you come down. But before we get down, a lot of people end up on the roller here before they come down. But I actually need you to put your bottom towards the end of the roller here so that your head ends up onto the roller. Now, to start off with, you're going to have your arms at a right angle, head up, looking towards the ceiling, have your feet comfortably wide enough apart to hold you there. If you have your feet really close together, it's going to be a little wobbly, and they can challenge the balance. So breathe it out and think about the muscles in the front of the shoulder leading into your chest, and relax. And then from here, if you wanted to, you can, this is where you can add some light weights, okay, and that will intensify the stretch. Okay. Now if you're touching the floor, you're not getting much of a stretch. You'd probably be better off doing something like this in the doorway stretch. or maybe when we do our open book stretches, particularly on the trap table, because you kind of get that nice extra range. Okay, and once you've done that for maybe up to a minute, you're going to bring yourself to come back in and bring your arms up to reach for the ceiling, and you can do this without weights or with. So we're going to loosen up the shoulders. If you do have pathologies where you can't take your arm over your head, you won't be doing these. Okay, so shoulder impingements, frozen shoulder. All right, so we're going to bring one arm down as the other one reaches behind. My palms are faced in, and then I'm going to alternate. Now, a lot of clients are like my little speedies. They're like this, la-di-da-di-da, okay? But I want you to actually hold it behind for a couple seconds. Let the joints open up, let everything, you know, do the job it was supposed to do. And then vice versa. Open up the joint. This is a lovely one on the shoulders. And back. One more for me, but you might do like 10 or 12. You can do as many as you want, okay? You might linger longer on a tighter side, okay? And then from here, what we're going to do is start with both arms up, bring one arm down, but then we're going to sweep the sides out. Should I say, like I always kind of imagine I've got a bubble around here, and I'm going to sweep the sides of my bubble to swap the arms over, but I always land back in the center. And whatever arm came up from behind, I'm going to bring back behind to alternate the move. So it can be a little tricky, this one. All right, coordination. And as I come down, as I go from the top, you might have to readjust your hand and your grip. Okay. That's fine, and you might get some clunkiness of the shoulder. It's fine. Okay, so from there, I want you to take both arms behind, okay, and turn your palms up. All right, come down a bit lower. I can't. Looks like that screen's cutting out a bit. All right, now I'm going to keep my arms on the floor, and I'm going to bend my elbows down. Try to keep them on the floor until I can't go anymore. Oh, there it is. I feel that stretch to the front of my shoulders, top of my shoulders. And then keeping the hands on the mat, I'm going to slide it back to meet back over the head. Okay? So we'll do that again. Sliding the elbows down with those weights. Find that spot you can't go anymore. And again, not everyone gets stretches on some of these things. So if you don't have to worry, you don't need it. Okay, we tend to have tight spots that we need, and the person next to you might have different areas that they actually need. All right, I'm going to come in from that. Now pop your weights down before you come off the roller. And it's never graceful coming off, but you want to just try not to fall off. Now I did have one other one for you guys. Oh, that's right, the side stretch. This is a great one to finish off. So if you're comfortable with a cross-legged, go into a cross-legged position. So all you'll do is just get that roller out a little bit, and then just use that hand to support yourself as you take it up and over. And then bring yourself back in. Let that roll away, okay? And again, up and over. And you can always, at a little rotation, try to stretch and reach towards the corner of that roller. Press that roller out a little bit more, give it extra. And bring it up. And then we'll swap sides, okay? If you have trouble balancing, you can do this stretch typically just with your hand on the floor, okay? But you kind of got to find that nice area, move this over a bit, where you can take that roller out a bit but feel supported, and just give yourself extra with the roller. Beautiful stretch, the side stretch. Bring it back in. Don't let it get away. And then at the rotation. All right, up and over. I'm going to reach for that corner of the roller there, so I'm reaching out here.
Stretching through the back of my shoulder, a little bit of the spine area. Good. And then I'm going to bring it in. So today's session was more just obviously about release. We got through most of the body, I think. I don't think there was anything that we particularly missed. So I hope you enjoy that. I know you will feel sensational after you do that. 100% of my clients always do. So look out for the next roller series. We're going to make it more about balance and some strength work as well. So thanks for joining me today. Enjoy. Oh, and one other thing. Always make sure when you're stretching that you give it enough time. Don't be too quick to come out of your stretches. You want to maintain, if you want to really feel the benefits of what you're doing here, all my speedies out there, slow it down, give it time, and you'll definitely reap the benefits. So make sure you allow enough time to do today's session. All right, on that note, bye for now.